So here, this is the third time me recording this video, but that's fine. A little bit tired now, but it's all good. Um, Essentially, I'm just going to go over a quick API. I'm going to title this underscore. Alright, the title doesn't really matter, but sure. Just so that you know that it's a very brand new file. And essentially, this is going to be an API that will pull information about any Pokemon that you want to know about. Well, as long as they're in the library, I should say. Preface it with that. I'm going to basically do my best to recreate everything that I went over in the previous video, so bear with me. It is a little bit annoying because I essentially have to do everything all over again, but that's it. That's really not much. So it's all right. Now using a better camera, so it should work. So let me know how you guys are doing. How's your day going? It's going well. Is it going swell? Is it going like hell? Let me know in the comments, and also let me know if you like these type of videos. I'm doing okay. My girl called me handsome today, so that was nice. And chilling. All right. So this is an API. Essentially, what is this going to do? It's going to access the API from the website. It's a back-end server, and it's going to pull it into the front end using Tkinter. First things first, I want to give credit where credit's due. I got this concept from Brocode on YouTube, so I'm gonna leave a link in the description for his video. And right now we're about to get into it. All right, so first things first. Forgive me if I sound kind of impatient. Like, this is literally my third time making this video. Wow, I cannot spell. We'll just say Pokey. So Pokey info. So this is essentially going to be the main function that is going to basically pull the information from the API. How I'm going to do this right now is I'm going to first of all create a variable for the URL. URL is going to be the F string essentially is going to make it dynamic, and I'm about to show you why that is in a second. Alright, so this is the link for the URL. This is basically telling you what format that it needs to be in order for it to essentially work, and if it's not in that format, basically it's not going to work. So API website, so http pokeapi.com, version 2, Pokemon Ditto. So what we're going to do in order to make this string more dynamic, like, we don't want it so that Ditto is freaking basically the only Pokemon that we can pull up in this application, because that essentially would not be user friendly, and the user would actually be kind of annoyed. So what we're going to do is use these curly brackets to basically make it so that the user is able to enter in the name of the Pokemon that they want in this API, and that is going to be done by that. The response is basically going to be equal to request, so request.get, which is the in the library. I just pulled it. If you look up, you can see it there, and then that is going to essentially be to the URL. So request right here dot get basically is the function from that library, and then the URL is going to be this right here. So basically what it's saying is that it's going to run that, pull this URL, and then whatever name that we enter in the URL, it's going to check to see if that Pokemon is there in the dictionary, which brings us to the next step. This is an if statement. So we're basically telling it that if the Pokemon is there, oh shoot, sorry guys, response dot status code equals 200. So 200 is and bro code goes over this also, but this is also just good to know. But 200 essentially is uh, a status code saying that it is okay. There are different types of status codes. I'm sure you guys have seen them before. For for those guys who are on those websites and all this. But yeah, that's essentially what we're doing here. So it's saying that if this exists, so if the Pokemon is okay, that data equals response dot JSON, which basically means that it's going to convert everything that's there in that API into a JSON format, and then we're going to print out what one of these functions essentially. So like, for example, we put in a Pokemon name, and I'm actually going to physically show you guys this, but right now I'm just doing this pretty quickly. So basically, we'll put in a Pokemon name, right? And then, um, also to make it dynamic, we're going to create the we're going to have that function. So yeah, Pokemon data, and then whichever Pokemon we enter, I'm going to have you search the dictionary, and then print out the name of that Pokemon. So you're going to give me the name of the Pokemon. That's what I'm telling this thing to do. And then also, I don't just want the name, right? Because that would be kind of boring. Like, yeah, we kind of know what Pokemon's name is, right? But how about you also give me some other stuff too, some other cool stuff. So basically, you can change this however you like, depending on basically what, like, pretty much it's contingent upon what is in the library. So in order to do this, you basically just need to look at the library, um, the dictionary rather, of the JSON files, and then just type in whatever you want to get, whatever information you want to get on Pokemon. Right now, I'm just getting the height and the weight of the Pokemon. So I'm gonna have those three. It's gonna tell me those three, and I need you to return the Pokemon data. All right, so this is our first function that we have. Pretty much, it's gonna return all this information, and else, yeah. So pretty much, if this does not exist, that's what the else statement is for. So if it doesn't exist, print, and then I'm not gonna lie, this part is definitely from code. So if you see this video, please don't get mad. I'm literally just using this for education purposes, and I did cite you as the inspiration for this video. Just want to show them how to do the Tkinter aspect, the GUI aspect, because it took me a while to learn. So this is a string that we're gonna have. I'm gonna have printed, and then I'm going to have it use the curly brackets, because the curly brackets is essentially going to display the type of uh, code that's pulling up. That's why I created this variable, because the code can definitely change depending on what the issue is. Say that the Pokemon got deleted or something. Like, these APIs change every year. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. Dude, get off my face, bro. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Formatting this real quick. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Sorry. Got to fix that. But yeah, let me know like how is your guys day going? Like it's going smooth, is it not going too well? Just let me know what's going on, man. Like I'm here for you. Um, and yeah. All right, so we have that, right? So now we want to what the hell? All right, then yeah, so we're gonna have an accept pretty much function. Exception as e exception as e print what the hell. So basically, um, yeah, it's gonna print an error occurred. Just bear with me, I'm almost done with this, guys. I'm just a little bit tired, a little bit perturbed because I literally lost all the footage. So this is like my third time recording this thing. All right, go, and that's not right. Actually, this part we actually don't need, so I'm actually just gonna toggle that out, make a block comment, and this part I'm actually going to also comment out as well. So yeah, um, so we have that. Hold on, that's why. All right, all right, should be good. All right, whatever. This I don't need. I'm just deleting it. All right, so now we have that. We're basically going to make a next function. So this is going to be the information. So the information that this is going to pull is going to be from the entry point. So whatever the user enters into the what is it called? GUI interface essentially is going to retrieve that information. So that's why we have uh, the entry.get. It actually took me a while to understand the concept of this, but once you understand it, it's pretty simple concept. So if Pokemon or name, so this is why we have Pokemon name. So I also didn't mention that. Hold on. Yeah, so I actually messed this part up. Didn't catch that, but yeah, we have to pass in a variable like a placeholder essentially, because this is going to be required in order for the function to essentially function. So right now I could place it, I could really name this anything if I want. I could name this your mom, your dad, but I just put a name obviously. So name is going to correspond to whatever we place here, And like I was saying before, it's dynamic. This is going to be coming up as an error because we didn't actually create the entry, but we're going to create that soon. So you'll be able to see what I'm referring to. But right now, pretty much just saying that this part is going to be equal to hold on, sorry. Jeez. Sorry guys. But yeah, this is going to be equal to yeah, sorry. So this is going to be equal to this Pokemon Info. And this is how we're going to be able to make it dynamic essentially. So we have Info. So go Info and then just place Pokemon name. So voila. And then info exists. So now we have this. So pretty much what we're creating now essentially enables it so that the information that it's going to pull is going to be printed to the front end, which is essentially Tkinter or whatever GUI you're using, because essentially you can use this and then just take the building blocks and then use it on whichever GUI GUI you want. I just use Tkinter because it's pretty good for me, but you can basically use whatever you want. And then this is pulling the Pokemon info. So Pokemon info. Jeez. So, oh, sorry. So this is pulling the information of the Pokemon. So, and then it's searching for that dictionary. So name. So it's going to search for the dictionary of name in the JSON file. And then once it finds it, it's going to spit that out. And then in the very same line or same functionality rather, it's going to respond to an ID. So in this string, I'm placing ID because this is basically still a string, but we're just adding these curly brackets to insert whichever Pokemon information that we obtain from the function, and then it's basically going to swap it in quick substitution jutsu, for lack of a better term. ID, and then oh gosh, freaking spelling is crazy right now. So ID, and then we need to have the other one that I placed. So the other one that I placed was the weight, right? So now we can basically find the weight of the Pokemon as well. So Info, search for it. So it's gonna search for it in the fucking, in the freaking yeah. So it's gonna search for it in the JSON file essentially, and yeah, that should, yeah. And basically, we're just gonna create a label for this. And then the reason why this is coming up as an error is because I didn't close it out, so that's my fault. All right, so now we have our two main functions that is basically going to make this app work. And now we can get to the easy part, the fun part, if you will, I guess, which is the actual calling upon the Tkinter. So we want to make the window. Obviously, when we start with Tkinter, we, you know, create this, the window. So if you guys want a tutorial on how to use Tkinter, I can do it. It's not too hard. I mean, I can just explain it right now, but basically the library, it always starts off as Tkinter. I abbreviate it as TK. So I'm calling on that, and then I'm pulling up TK, which essentially is the window or how you start it pretty much. And I've saved that in this variable. So now I'm calling upon this variable, which has the window, and then I'm saying in that variable, which has the window, I want to have a title, and I'm going to pass a string. The string basically is defining what the title is, and it is Pokemon info. Okay, nice and simple. Okay, now we want to pull up the label. So the label is also another library from Tkinter. Label window. Window is the parent account, so we have that here. The text right here. Voila. And then we have it's gonna pretty much read to the user, enter Pokemon name. So yeah, we have that right there. Comma. But it's pretty much prompting to the user to enter the Pokemon name. If I were to pull it up, basically nothing would come up because yeah, we didn't pack it. Multiple ways to bring it up. I just use pack right now because it's literally a simple app. This is not for cosmetic purposes, so it is gonna look a little bland, but that's fine. I just really want to show off the functionality, and in another video maybe I can like, you know, go over the pretty stuff, but really right now it's just like this is how you would make it work. Here, this is the entry port, the entry box rather. You're basically going to use that to enter in the information that you want. The user will do that. Then I just packed it with pack. Now we have the button. So button is sweet stuff, you know, or not fucking sweet stuff, but the hell am I talking about? The the butter, the bread and butter of this whole thing, you know. So we got button, window. So we have this, voila, text. Sorry, yeah. So get info is pretty much like just prompting the user. Yep. Hey, hit this button, press me, and I will give you all the information you want on the Pokemon. Alright, so here we go. We're calling that function because in order to call the function, we need the command. And then we're pretty much almost done. I'm gonna button dot, oh, sorry, button dot pack. Alright, button dot pack. And then lastly, we have to spit it back on the interface because it's going to print out in the terminal, but obviously we want it to also print out on the interface so the user can actually like read it, you know. And I think I said this in my other video as well, but it's pretty much like you have pretend you have a banking app, right? And then you can't even see the money that's in your account. You have to talk to a teller and have them tell you what's in the account. Doesn't really make sense, right? It's like Dude, can I just see it without having to go past the teller? Kind of the same concept, not really, but kind of, because like we'll be able to see it on the back end, right? Obviously having the terminal, but we won't. Yeah, but the user won't be able to see it unless you do this. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, making it so that the user can see it. It's just cosmetics. I don't really need to do this, but I'm doing it anyways. Boom, boom, and then have the result of label dot pack. Okay, this should be good. The last thing I have to do is like make this thing run. In order to do that, I would basically call upon this main loop function, close brackets, and I think that's it. Yeah, that should be it. Bada bing, bada boom. Here's the freaking final step. And actually, I don't know if you guys were looking at the terminal, but you could actually see the Pokemon information, like what it was supposed to look like in the terminal, but that's fine if you can see it. Alright, so you can see that's loading. It's going a little slow, but that's fine. Just bear with me. Da, da, da. And it's being goofy again. Alright, so this happens often. It's not anything to do with coding. It's literally just that the application is like catching up. But if it does continue, I might have to just do a separate video showing you the results. Oh, sorry. I actually did this up. That was my fault. Alright, uh, so now it should work. And then once it works, I should be able to explain to you guys how it works. Okay, yep. So we have it right here. Bro, I'm literally just gonna maximize this thing. All right. So hey, can you give me Pikachu's information, please and thank you. And then it should pull it up, but it might be taking a while. So yeah, just wait a little bit. It should print it on the back end in wait what? That's how you spell Pikachu, right? Oh my gosh. It's supposed to be a simple tutorial, man. Hold on, let me look it up. Saying it's not even found. Weird. But hey, at least we know it's working, right? Alright. Yeah, that's it. It's just being a little bit goofy, but I'm gonna just restart it pretty much. Well, hey, now you know that that function doesn't work. So yeah. So okay, let's do Pikachu, and bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. Now it's working. So sometimes you just have to play around with it because it gets a little bit funky. But here we go. We have Pikachu. Like obviously his name is Pikachu. ID 25. Weight 60. All right. So let me just show you another one, just to see so you guys can see it. All right. How about Charmander? This guy used to be my favorite. And I'm actually going to make it so that you can see the pictures also. But right now, I'm just, what? Oh, I spelled Charmander wrong. So you can see the picture. But see what I mean? Like, so now we have status code 404. essentially basically saying that, hey, I can't find that guy, it doesn't exist, because that's how I, what the heck is going on, bro? Alright, well, you guys already saw it in action, like, it's being a little goofy, bro. Jeez, here we go. Okay, Charmander, number 4. So Charmander, name Charmander, ID 4, weight 85. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a basic, very basic, skeleton, skeletal, embryonic application, just to show you, like, hey, if I wanted to use an API, how would I integrate it with like a GUI, basically. You can use whatever GUI you want. I'm using Tkinter. This is the API. This is the code, status code. I'm going to leave the video in the description. I'm going to leave the code in the description. I'm going to leave my GitHub link in the description. I will also leave Broco's information in the description. And yeah, thank you for following me. This is Emmanuel Kenoshi, Market Black. If you like it, please support. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye.